also at the heart of this is a fundamental disagreement about how productive reckoning is. Is it corrosive or is it productive? I mean, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis banned critical race theory from being covered in Florida's public schools because it was teaching kids to hate their country and to hate each other. What would you say to those who believe that the truth will divide us rather than bring us together?
It reminds me honestly of how the defenders of segregation used to denounce the freedom riders as divisive. The entire civil rights movement was framed by the South as outside agitators who were coming in and disrupting their way of life. The entire segregationist heritage was framed as just culture, and these external efforts were themselves designed to stir up acrimony and hatred. And of course, they would point to the violence of the Ku Klux Klan, the numbers of people who were beaten, maimed, and killed as evidence of the violence that's caused by integration, not the violence that's caused by segregation.
Because the Ku Klux Klan was cast as the heroes, the militia, the protectors, the
Exactly.
patriots.
Exactly. And peace that's based on oppression was defended as neutral and natural, and the disruption that was a product of justice seeking was seen as the problem, the gateway to violence. We're basically in a similar moment in that what discomforts they are comfortable with are the inferences that you gather when you don't know our racial history. So when you ask, as I said earlier, why is it that the media net wealth is so disparate? If you don't know this history, you basically end up blaming people of color for where they are in the social economic system. Now, the discomfort that causes is perfectly okay, because that's a discomfort that is consistent with and reproduced within a society that is frankly a post-slavery and post-genocidal society.
That
Things
never
that go
really
against
addressed
that
the racial divide.
never addressed those. The racial divide exists. And the question is, are we going to try to learn more about it in order to know how to think about it, how to intervene in it, how to fix it? Or are we just going to take it as a given with all of the stereotypes, all of the racism, cultural and otherwise, that are embedded in the existing system? So when the DeSantises of the world say, this teaches us to hate America, I say, no, this teaches us to see what America has been, to better understand how we can make America what we want it to be. Frankly, the ones that I think disdain America are the ones that think America is too fragile to confront what America has been, too defensive to understand how the policies have continued to wreak havoc, and not trusting enough in our own Constitution to take its promises seriously. I think we are the true Americans because we believe in the project. They are not the true Americans because they're willing to cover up what the sins are because they don't think we have the capacity to do the right thing.
So, if I understand correctly, what you would say to somebody who does not want to feel shame or discomfort with this kind of, reckoning with our past is to trust. If you really want to be patriotic, if you really believe in the foundations, then trust in them and actually be a part of realizing them fully, because we haven't.
Yes. And of course, to recognize that we believe in this society that success is earned, justice is earned, democracy is earned, freedom is earned. We didn't just inherit it. We had to fight for it. We have to continue to fight for it. And so there will be moments of hard work. And this is hard work intellectually. It's hard work emotionally. It's hard work spiritually to realize the kind of democracy that we say we are. There are no shortcuts to that. And this is all about, oh wait, this is getting a little too uncomfortable. This is reminding me of things that I don't want to know. Well, like any other social problem or health problem, to close your eyes to the problem doesn't make the problem go away. I often tell people, let's think about the fact that we are, a society that built asbestos into our institutions. It's everywhere. We discovered it was the wrong thing to do. But did we respond to that by saying, well, now the solution to the fact that we embedded asbestos everywhere is not to use the word asbestos, not to see asbestos, not to have tools to find where it is in the infrastructure, and definitely not to allow people to learn how to get rid of it. That would be ridiculous. Yet that's precisely what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're inferring from the idea that to talk about race, to see racism, to understand how it functions is to be racist. That's exactly the same kind of ridiculous argument. We wouldn't do it with asbestos. We shouldn't do it when it comes to racism.